Iasu Malagedo. Dolly Parton is 80 years old, which makes her tits 62? Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Computer Love, part 81.
I'm looking for someone who's looking for me.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and I live in the West End Valley. Hi, I'm Janet. I'm looking for. I'm not sure. Hello, my name is Ellen. Some people call me sexy. Others say I'm sensuous. Hi, I'm Linda. Well, when I'm not using my doctor in pharmacy to troubleshoot a large healthcare computer system, I'm over at the gym pumping iron or driving my black Porsche with the wind blowing through my hair and singing along with Anita Baker's Rapture of Love.
I guess you could say I'm an Oreo cookie freak. I have an Oreo cookie jar, Oreo salt and pepper shakers. I like to collect anything with an Oreo on it. And I love to eat double stuffed ones. They're the best.
Bette Midler. I laugh hysterically at Bette Midler.
I have 2 cats, and I don't know how to ride a horse. And my goal in life is to have my own religion.
I was a flop at canoeing. I'm looking for a romanticist. Spend time at the fireplace.
Someone that's clean. Be clean,
I keep my car very clean, and I expect a man to do the same.
And I also like very needy men. One who is charming, personable, doesn't smoke in my face.
I am looking for a passionate yet permanent romance within the guidelines of safe dating practices.
Well, I gotta go now, but keep in touch, okay? Bye. That's it.
Holy fucking shit. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, dating, I mean, sometimes it can be this fun, but back in the day, or 80s, 90s, or I don't know, whatever this grainy footage gives us. I know it's an audio podcast, so I'm going to try to help you out here. So back in the day, they would, have, these companies, you make a tape and a VHS tape. I'm going to explain to what a VHS tape is to, someone who is Gen Z. It's like I was going to say it's like a CD, but like way bigger. But then you probably don't know what a CD is either. Cassette tape? No. 8-track? No, it's not any better. Look, the point is, people would submit these videos. There you go. You know what a video is, right? There you go, YouTube. And and they would just say they would just say a bunch of crazy shit. Now, the one woman there that was looking for some kind of religion, or maybe she's already in a cult. Keep in mind, at one point where they showed her the second time, she was wearing a yellow dish glove. So, I mean, worst case scenario, she'll, either do your dishes or, she'll help you dig the hole. I mean, I don't know. And then the one woman there, she wasn't sure what she was looking for. She was holding a huge slice of chocolate cake. So she's looking for someone with type 2 diabetes. Now, I'm right here. I already have it. So, I'm ready to go. I mean, it could be 30, 40 years later, maybe, hopefully she still kept herself in shape and she still bakes. I don't know, maybe she has a daughter in her 30s. I don't know. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, dating has not gotten any better. And I don't think it will. I've done, this is show number 81. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse. It doesn't matter anymore. Okay, it's like Bill Murray said in in meatballs. The first one, not the ones after, one of them had Corey Feldman in there. Again, if you're, millennial, listen to this. Corey Feldman, he's just a horrible musician. I guess today he'd be, I don't know, the equivalent of, Little B, I guess. It's the best way I could describe it. So, or basically any rapper, that's not Drake, J. Cole, or Kendrick Lamar in the last 10, 15 years. Yeah, you're still wondering why there's no rap songs in the top 100? Okay. The point is, it's just going to get worse. And, with these podcasts here, shout out to my 3 fans. And if you're interested in subscribing, it is at the Malaka Podcast 647. It's the podcast that's closest to the hospital. Yeah, there you go. And I used to edit this shit out. I don't care anymore. And on TikTok, you can reach me at the Malaka Podcast 647. So, I've been booted off there twice. Because I don't know, certain movies don't like to be promoted for free. God forbid. Yeah, because we all know how great the movie industry is doing these days. But the point is, draw me a line there, enjoy some great videos, just like this. And, So, let's begin, huh? All right. So, this one person I talked to, and, she seemed okay. Everything was going well for a little while, I guess. She seemed okay. But that's where the real trouble starts, It's always weird, because a lot of people, they want to say their full name, but they don't. But then when they, when you ask someone to text you from a website, they'll text you, and, then for some reason it won't, it'll show their whole name for some reason, and they don't know that, and then you got to tell them that, and I don't think they're aware of that. I guess, I don't know, it's one of those things you got to call your phone company there and tell them, look, I'm going to talk to a total stranger. I want to get to know them first before I tell them my middle and last name. So, I told her that, and she's like, oh my goodness, I got to change your name in my phone too. Wow, so needy already. Because I think I told her my fake name because I'm I don't know. I try to be private, but until I talk to someone, then I'll tell them my real name and whatever. And then she's like, supposed to do medical investigations, but spend a lot of time fixing mistakes and doing audits and blah, blah, blah. She's telling me about her job and all that. So, and then she's always, like a lot of women like men with tattoos. I don't have any tattoos. It's not because I'm afraid to get them. I don't care. My parents, despite them doing, Jesus Christ, that's a 10 podcast right there. But, they're still together, so there's no need for me to get a tramp stamp or nothing like that. And again, I'm not judging. If you're a woman, you want to get a tramp stamp, that's cool, But Saturday Night Live did have a good sketch about it where years later, it will just eventually wrinkle and, it'll look like, that last branch on a tree, falling, sometime in November, it just won't look good anymore. So, but, whatever, it could, I don't know, put a little color in there, it'll be fine. Do I enjoy my job? I sort of do, the same back and forth shit, you know what I mean? It sounds like an interview. And then even at one point she's like, yeah, it sounds like an interview, back and forth, back and forth. It's the same bullshit. What do you do? What are you into? Blah, 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 We're just trying to see if we're normal, So, she wants someone to make her laugh. Yeah, I'll tell her to listen to the podcast, but then sometimes that backfires and, they think it's bad and, what are you going to do? So it is what it is. But then I ask her like what's going like in your life, and a lot of people like to open up, and some people just tell you the whole world, like they don't give a fuck. So she says, "Ugh, I hate to talk about it, but quick rundown. She's telling me about her past relationship there. We were together 13 years. We got married at 12 years. Um, that's a long time. I mean, that's I don't know. Like when you're with, again, I'm not judging, but when you're with someone for 12 years, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you might as well just, like, is there any point in getting married anymore? I mean, there isn't, right? I mean, half of them end in divorce anyway. I mean, you're already together. You've proven that you like each other, right? So, I mean, marriage is just gonna fuck it up anyway. So what's the point, right? I mean, and then she's like, 1 month after the wedding, he told me he'd been dating a girl at work the last 3 years. Okay, that's always wow. So you get married, and listen, I got something else to tell you. One, we have to divvy up the gifts, and two, wow, that's bad. We did therapy, etc. Tried to get over it, but I found they were still at it over the last year. Wow, that is okay. So you wasted money on marriage, you wasted money on therapy. Holy shit. I don't know. I'm thinking Tony Soprano got more out of therapy than her. So I kicked him out, got a divorce. He still sees the kids. You're throwing kids in the mix. That's great. I will never, ever, 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 ever hook up with him, date him, anything him ever again. I don't like talking about him, clearly, because he really messed up my head. Or messed my head up. There you go. Yeah. And I just said, noted. And then she said, that's why it's been 5 years and I haven't been on a date. So that's okay. Listen, it takes time to, a lot of times you meet someone and then you're like, holy shit, this is awesome. And then you find out, yeah, they're fucking somebody at work. And yeah, holy cow. And then I thought to myself, I must have asked her. I forgot what I asked her. Like a lot of times, I just send people voice notes because I don't feel like typing anymore. I'm just I just don't care anymore. And so I forgot what I said, but she said something LMAO, which means laugh my at laugh my ass off. Yeah, there it is. I think we all know that by now, right? I think it's funny that you thought I was asking about Coke. Okay. Again, I don't know what I asked there. It must have been something like maybe the guy was on drugs or something, or I don't know. Who knows? My friend thinks I should ask you if you're Greek. Okay. So this is something that's always awkward. Like you like. Again, like I brought up the voice note thing, because I'm lazy. But at the same time, like she's probably playing this for her friend or whatever. So I don't know. They're having a good laugh at least, and like hopefully they're not doing coke. I mean, I don't do coke. I've never done coke. I don't. I did a whole podcast about cocaine, and one time I was at a person's place and it was me and like 10 other people, and I was the only one not on coke. And trust me, you don't want to be the only one not on coke while everyone else is doing coke. Trust me, it is just, there was people there that thought I was the feds. It was a whole fucking thing there, and I don't know. I don't like talking about it. But anyways, yeah, she said her and I are hanging out. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, no shit. Which family do you hate the most and why? I guess I told her I was Greek and Italian. In the last few years, I found out I'm actually part black and Jewish. If you can, so also like Bill Murray, but in Caddyshack. So I got that going for me. And why? As long as that's not gonna unlock some childhood trauma. And I sent her more voice notes. I don't remember what I said, but at one point I did say, "Okay, Dr. Phil." What side do I hate more? Jesus. I don't know. I mean, it's crazies versus alcoholics. I mean, like either way, it makes for a pretty good wedding. I'm not gonna lie, but that I'll talk in the future episode. My God, oh God, that's a whole novel there. But the point is, I'm a Greek and Italian, so I try not to hate my family. I mean, she's sharing her life story. Do I feel I have to share mine? Fuck no. But it is what it is. Oh my God, okay. She says, I have to say this, okay? And I'm supposed to, out, she's Italian, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it seems like they're having a very good time at my expense. And, oh no, I did mention Ancestry.com. I did, yeah. So then she said, I also did Ancestry. I knew some of what I was, but found out I had Irish and she's Scottish and all that stuff. And she's part Jewish too, which is nice, Yeah, and she actually sent me the whole thing here, the whole percentage chart. And yeah, again, some people do not care. I mean, again, I've never met this person. They'll just put it out there. They don't care, So. She sends me a picture of herself, looks very nice. And then she said, okay, so I've heard of rooms that mix the teams. I've never done it, though. I'm not counting on a stranger to be smarter than me. Not saying I'm super smart. I know, I heard you, Irish. But if I'm adding people to the team, I want them to have a specific skill set I don't have. So, I mean, she's treating this like she's treating dating like it's a draft or something. I go with 2 different teams. Would you consider ever doing one again? I promise the hidden clues will be found. What? Just might not know what the fuck to do with them. LOL. I've done ones with 2 people before. I wouldn't force you to go with my friends. Okay, so, at this point I see why she's probably single. There's a lot of, I get it. Maybe she wants to, she was in a screwed up marriage and, she just wants to get out there and have some fun. I get it, man. It's cool. No worries, but, oh God. Anyways, she said, I'm okay. That's yet to be determined, but well, okay. Here's the thing. A friend of mine was on, the dating website there and came across a post about you. Totally random and out of the blue. It was my friend that was here earlier in the evening. I was really disappointed because I really liked what I knew of you so far. I hate when people stop talking to me for no reason, so I thought at least I could would be to tell you why. Not the best grammar, but okay, I'm with you so far, sort of. Give me 1 sec and I'll send you a screenshot she sent me. So in my head, I'm like, I don't know, she kind of, we had a good little thing there. And then, I found out she's into some weird stuff there. And I stopped talking, she stopped talking. And then I said hello again because I'm bored. And then she said she found my picture on this weird, site. And the site is called, Are We Dating the Same Guy? So, apparently, ladies and gentlemen, this is, dating is so fucked up where, there's whole other website where people, basically bitch and complain about people that they've dated and sometimes people that they've never even met yet. So, she found the post that someone put. Now, again, I have no idea who this is. So at this point, I'm thinking, is this a joke or something? Did her and her friend set this up, or is this a whole thing? And could, like I really miss the days of VHS dating. But the point is, she found the post, and surprise, surprise, it says anonymous member. Okay, so the person doesn't even have the balls to say who they are. So it says here, did not have a good experience with him. Never actually met, but called me randomly without discussing it first, which I don't like since I have kids. Then proceeded to mock me about it. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, that does sound like me. I mean, sorry, Your Highness. I mean, I personally like to talk to somebody before I meet them. If I don't talk to you on the phone, and again, we used to do it all the time in the '90s. I won't meet the person. Okay, it's not worth it. So I don't see the big problem in that. And again, like she's throwing in the whole I got kids and all that. I probably didn't even know this person had kids. I don't know what that has to do. It's not like I called at like midnight or something. I don't do that. It's kind of like the whole Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. Remember, they're trying to determine like what is a late call. Like, is it 10 o'clock or is it 11 o'clock? Now, me personally, I like to think it's still 11 o'clock, but some people, yeah, maybe they got to wake up the next day. They go to bed early, like 10 o'clock, 10:30. So, but I think 11 should be the limit. Because even worst case scenario, even if you have to wake up for a job early, let's say like 7 o'clock, which it's just way too early for me. I'm more of an afternoon dude. But yeah, so. And I don't know. She just was not very happy with that. So I'm just like, what the fuck? I mean, like, how did this is weird. I mean, like, someone's talking about me out there. I don't know who it is. And then the one person that told me about this, she starts describing herself. She's I'm an overweight, middle-aged mother of two. You ever notice this? Like, I'm gonna get some shit for saying this, but like I get it. Like, if you have a kid or two or whatever, like I don't give a shit if you. To be honest with you, I care more if a woman has a dog. I mean, here's the thing, and I'm gonna get some probably more shit for this. Surprise, surprise. I'd rather go with a woman that has two kids than one dog. I really would. Dogs, I don't know. To me, it's. I did a whole podcast about dogs. I've had my bad experiences there, but it just. I don't see the point in people owning dogs. If you want a small dog, fine. But, these people that get dogs like fucking Scooby-Doo, and I once went out with a girl that had a Scooby-Doo dog. I mean, she weighed like, I don't know, 110. She could have fucking rode the guy to work. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, he's a big-ass dog. I mean, But the point is, okay, I don't give a shit if you have kids. I don't care if a woman has kids. I've dated a woman... or women that have multiple kids. I once went on a date where I looked from a distance and I saw a woman coming close to me, and and I was like, this can't be the woman I'm dating because she's behind a stroller, and she starts waving at me, and then she brought her kid to the date. I had no idea it was a whole thing there, but the point is, I don't care if you have kids, so please don't use that against me, okay, or anybody. Okay, you have two kids. I have two weird parents. I mean, we all got problems. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. And I don't give a shit if you're overweight. First of all, I've seen the pictures of her. She's not overweight at all. I don't know. Maybe she has a bad self-image. Who knows? I know a lot of women out there have bad self-images, and maybe guys out there have treated them like shit. I don't care. Okay, I'm like Redman. More cushion for the pushing. I don't give a flying fuck. Okay, those Canadian winters, man. I mean, tomorrow it's going to be like -20. Okay. Would I like a curvy woman for tomorrow? Absolutely, but I got to do fucking errands, okay? Double up on the socks. The point is, okay? She's throwing a lot of things at me that aren't true, which I don't like, okay? That's it. It's that simple, And then after all this, I go, well, that's disturbing, I'd like to know, like where you got this post. And then she says, I'm in a meeting. Text me in a bit. I'm like in a meeting. What are you talking about? You just gave me like a whole novel here. And now all of a sudden you're in a magical meeting. I mean, so now I'm starting to think this is all bullshit, or her friend. I don't know. Maybe I hit on her friend. Who knows? I don't know. That happens. That happens. And then she said after her magical meeting, so I feel like there is more to be said here. I initially was going to ignore you, but felt uncomfortable with that, which is why I reached out and told you about this. There are 3 sides to every story, not just 2. That is true. I mean, there's my story, your story, and the truth. So, that's always the case, and we never get the third one. I wanted to give you an opportunity to explain why someone would post something like that about you. I have tried very hard to keep drama out of my life since things ended with my ex, and certainly don't plan to invite any into my life. I'm having a really shitty week at work. I can't really text all that I'd like to discuss right now. If you are open to it, I wouldn't mind messaging you later. I genuinely thought there may have been a spark between us. I don't know, it seems like more like a 4-alarm blaze at this point. And I'm not taking dating advice, from the website. I would have reached out sooner to say all this and tell you about the post. I've just really had a rough week and haven't had the time, space to think about all this. All right, so, and then after all this, I just text her, holy novel, Batman. She's like, sorry, and then I said, well, at least I got something to read on the bus. Yeah, I'd rather talk on the phone, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's do it later, da, da, da. And, yeah. So, we end up, I think we ended up talking at one point. And then, I don't think that went well. Again, her friend, she seems like one of those people that always has to have her friend there, or as guys like to call them, the mother hen. You know what I mean? And I don't know, it almost felt like a setup here or something. So again, I don't remember doing shit. So I don't know. I'm just here talking to her, and again, I'm not trying to build myself up or nothing. But yeah, sometimes you talk to some people and it just doesn't work. But I don't know. I don't go on a random website and bitch about it. I mean, holy cow, people get over it, man. I mean, it's not all about you, And what's weird is I did talk to her, like I said on the phone there, and she was very she didn't basically say I'm the one that had to say everything. So it's almost like they're trying to bait me into something. I even asked her, I said, what's going on? She's like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, do you want to share? She's like, you go first, And then I'm asking her, where'd she get this information? And I think originally she said her friend found it, but now she's saying, her, a friend of told her, and then she told her, and it's a whole fucking, it's like fucking high school again. I mean, holy shit, and it just didn't make any sense. It sounded very weird. So it's almost here's my theory on this. So I probably talked to her friend at one point. It didn't work out. And I don't know, maybe she's trying to sabotage this for her. And I mean, who knows, man? But either way, you got to grow up, and I'm trying to find out who it is. She's not saying, she's not saying how it got there or how it might have gotten there. There's a lot of what ifs, just so, if you're going to accuse somebody of something or accusations or whatever, but I mean, you gotta have the proof, man. You know what I mean? And if you're going to go on some random website and then put anonymous, I mean, that shows you got no balls either, so. Also, what's really weird is at one point I said, you can't just go online and just start making fun of people or what. I mean, you can, obviously, but I listen, there's generations out there that just don't know, the consequences and the repercussions that'll happen. So as soon as I mentioned the police to her, she basically went silent. And I told her, I said, I don't want to involve you or your friend, but if you don't tell me the exact information, the exact website, the link, who told you this, I have no choice to involve you. And I said, do you understand there's a long stare or a little, she checked out a little bit, and then she's kind of in the background, like, yeah, I'm just texting my friend here. So you could tell like something's up. And another weird thing I found is I said, just so we're clear, I'm going to write, say like everything that's on the page that you sent me, the link there about whoever complained about me. And then again, after I do this, she goes, you don't have to explain this to me, right? And I go, so what's the point then? So it's like, why are you letting me know? Like why are you sending me this? Like, like, isn't this what you're concerned about? Like, she even said, like, I'm concerned about this, and like, this is why I messaged you again and to tell you about this. So, like, why? Like, what are we doing here, basically? You know what I mean? Like, if this doesn't matter to you, then, then like, what's the point of all this? And then at one point she goes, okay, well, I don't know who this anonymous person is, so. Which again is bullshit, because if your friend knows who the person is, or again, this is all like, this is so fucking childish. And again, this is where like online dating gets really fucking stupid. I mean, again, here's my theory: the anonymous post is her friend, for sure. That I've no doubt about, and chances are she knows. She's trying to play dumb or whatever, but. It's like, guys, like, get a life, and then she tries to play it off. Well, you made a comment about kids and all that. And yeah. And she's trying to like bring up like weight and all that. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, so first you said you had a problem with this. You don't know who did it. Now you don't have a problem with this. Why are you bringing this up? No, now I have a problem with this. And like, shut the fuck up. How hard is it to go out there, find a connection with someone? It's actually very hard, as you can see. But once you find a connection with someone, you go on a date and see if there's something in person. And that's it. Like, it's that simple. Like, you don't go online and bitch about people that you've never even met before, make up stuff, hide behind a fucking computer phone screen and, say anonymous. And it's just sad, man. Like, none of this shit is true. You know what I mean? Like, it's just fucking crazy. Like, I used to be fat. Who am I kidding? I'm still fat. I'm 6'1", I weigh 220 to 230. Again, listen, again, nothing against skinny women. Don't get me wrong. But I remember one time I went on a date with a skinny woman, and like really skinny, and I hugged her and I felt bones like in the back, and not for me. Not for me, But again, I'm not judging. I don't care. I mean, the irony is I wish I was more skinny, but at the same time, I wouldn't judge somebody for it. And, I wouldn't go on there and make up lies. And I don't know, if it got misconstrued, I truly am sorry, but I don't, like, what kind of life do you have where you just go and just, like, you make a fake profile, you sign on anonymous and you put up the person's picture, I mean, like, do you feel good about yourself? I mean, it's sad. It really is sad. The only funny thing about this, though, and I will say this, is, and you could tell they really wanted to make a dick out of me, and you're going to see why I use that word in a few seconds. People that know me know, like, I like to think I have some cool shirts, and one shirt I have is in the NBA, they have a jersey swap, and I love the Toronto Raptors, of course, because I'm a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, so I got to root for some hope of another championship. And there's a player on our team named Grady Dick. Okay, so for those of you who follow the NBA, you already know. I mean, the commentators are having a hell of a fucking time. I think most of the times they just call him Grady because they don't even say Dick, or Dick messed that one up, or Dick couldn't get into the hole. I mean, the jokes go on and on. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, he had a jersey swap with an Orlando player, and the Orlando player's last name is Black. So some jokes just write themselves, but let me just say it anyway. So Grady's, and I totally forgot about this too until I saw the shirt again. Grady's number on his jersey is number 1. So he's got the word dick up there, number 1. The letter 1 looks like black. His jersey number is 0. Okay, so a 1 going into listen, again, I'm probably going too far with this, but again, Grady was holding his jersey black, and Black was holding Dick's jersey, black Dick. So, and that's the picture I have on my t-shirt. So so out of all this, I do look like an asshole either way. I mean, I can't win, man. I can't. I mean, in retrospect, should I have put that picture up as one of my dating profiles? Probably not. I thought it was funny. I still think it's funny. I should have probably just stuck with the whole Martin and Gina picture. I know the last season was kind of rough there. It was a whole thing, but the point is, I could have picked a better picture, but again, like I guess, that's just the way she goes, ladies and gentlemen. That's just the way she fucking goes. To quote Ricky's dad on Trailer Park Boys. So it is what it is. But hopefully, at least if someone reads the profile, it's like, well, this guy may or may not be a dick, but his style and shirts are fucking awesome. So. But yes, how we ended the conversation was, I basically just told her. I said, look, I got a unicorn in my backyard, and I'm going to ship guns to Cuba, tomorrow, and, blah, blah, blah. Do you believe any of that, And she's like, well, you don't have to speak down to me, And I'm like, you're fucking kidding me, right? I mean, you're accusing me of all this shit, and, really? She's like, well, okay, well, we don't have to talk anymore. Goodbye. And that's it. So clearly, this had to be some kind of a trap. That's, But again, how sad is this, ladies and gentlemen? Okay? How sad is it? Okay? It's not funny like my shirts. I'm just looking for a normal woman. Okay? Someone who's born a woman, by the way. It's 2026, I have to say that. And again, not there's anything wrong with the other thing. I'm just, it's just my preference. Okay? It's just, it is what it is, okay? So, and that's that. So, well, what did we learn today? Online dating is very hard. And if a conversation goes wrong, it's very possible that someone will be so bitter and have no life whatsoever that they will make an imaginary post, or their friend who will remain anonymous will do it for you. Wow. Well, to be fucked up is one thing, but to be lazy and fucked up, ladies and gentlemen, that's just a new kind of low. But will I keep doing online dating? Sure, why not? Show 82, here I come. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, this has been do they still do? Well, I guess VHS is gone, but do they? Well, no, that's no. See, those are simpler. Like how many of those women do you think? Even the woman with the big ass chocolate cake, or I don't know, even the weird Dexter with glasses lady with the rubber gloves there. She might kill you, but she's not gonna, make a fake post about it, right? But again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a very carefree episode of Computer Love, Part 81.
Lost all the liquor money, boys.
What?
That's the way she goes.
That's the way she goes?
That's right. That's the way she goes. That's what I said.
So she lost all her drink money is what she goes. She's gone.
That's right. That's the way she goes. Sometimes she goes, sometimes it doesn't. She didn't go. That's the way she goes.
Well, I guess we're going to fuck on then. Glory to the Mother here. It's gonna be the best night ever, now it's the worst night ever.